Have you ever been in the middle of a deeply intimate moment, lost in the connection, and a quiet, almost forbidden question drifts into your mind? Is this what he really loves? Is this what he secretly thinks about when he's alone? It's a flicker of uncertainty that almost every woman has felt. We've been sold a story that what men truly desire is a performance, a dizzying array of complicated positions and wild, acrobatic novelty. But that is the biggest, most damaging lie in the world of intimacy. The truth is, the two physical experiences that men universally crave have almost nothing to do with being an expert gymnast, and everything to do with a secret emotional language they don't have the words to ask for. This isn't about just sex positions. This is an exploration into the hidden corners of the male psyche. It's about learning the profound difference between an act that gives his body a fleeting moment of release and an experience that seizes his mind, making him feel emotionally captured, completely and utterly yours. There is one position so powerful in its vulnerability that it silences every distraction in his world, making him feel profoundly seen and connected to your soul. In that moment, he isn't just inside your body, he is home. It's a feeling of absolute trust and raw emotional bonding he craves more than any physical thrill. We will call this the anchor. And then there is its opposite, a position that flips the script entirely, placing you in a seat of incredible power. It invites him to do something he rarely gets to do in his life, completely and totally surrender. It allows him to witness the raw beauty of your confidence, to worship your desire, and to be taken by your lead. This taps into a primal part of his brain that finds a woman in control to be the most intoxicating drug in the world. We will call this the throne. In the next few minutes, we will not just show you these positions. We will dissect the art of mastering them. You will learn how to use your gaze, your touch, and even the rhythm of your breath to turn these simple acts into unforgettable, soul-bearing experiences. So get comfortable, relax, and let's begin. Forget everything you thought you knew, because you're about to learn the unspoken language of his heart. Why the how is more powerful than the what, the myth of the magic position. Before we dive into the first of the two positions, we need to build a foundation. I know you came here for a secret, a technique, perhaps a simple list of 2 things you can do to drive him wild, and I promise you we will get there. But the real secret, the one that truly separates a pleasant physical encounter from a soul deep experience he will never forget, isn't a position at all. It's a mindset. Imagine a master chef. Do they become legendary because they have 2 secret recipes? No, they become legendary because they understand the fundamental principles of flavor, temperature, and texture. They know why certain ingredients work together. They understand the art behind the recipe. Intimacy is no different. You can perform 100 different positions, but if the underlying energy is one of anxiety, self-consciousness, or disconnection, they will all fall flat. Conversely, the simplest, most basic act of intimacy can become a transcendent experience if the emotional atmosphere is charged with trust, desire, and profound presence. The greatest myth we've been told is that men's pleasure is purely mechanical. We've been led to believe that it's a button to be pushed, a code to be cracked. But a man's deepest pleasure, the kind that bonds him to a woman, is inextricably tied to how he feels in her presence. Does he feel desired and admired? Does he feel safe enough to let go of the pressures of the outside world? Does he feel so connected to you that everything else fades away? This is where your true power lies. You are not just a participant in intimacy. You are the creator of its world. You are the conductor of the emotional orchestra. The positions themselves are just instruments. How you play them, the intention, the energy, and the connection you bring to them is what creates the beautiful music. The idea that a single position is a magic bullet is a fantasy. The reality is far more empowering. You, in your confident and present energy, are the magic. You are the secret ingredient. So as we prepare to explore these 2 specific positions, let this be our foundation. Understand that you are learning more than just mechanics. You are learning to wield the powerful tools of connection and presence. Once you master this foundation, the 2 positions we are about to discuss will transform from simple physical acts into profound expressions of desire and love, making you utterly unforgettable. The feminine energy he craves. Let's talk about the single most potent force you can bring into the bedroom, your feminine energy. And let's be clear about what that means. This is not about being passive, weak, or submissive. True feminine energy in its most powerful form is a combination of confidence, receptivity, and a deep nurturing presence. It is the calming magnetic force that creates a sanctuary for a man. Think of it as creating an emotional atmosphere. In their daily lives, many men operate in a world of masculine energy, a world of structure, logic, competition, and they are constantly expected to lead, to strive, to solve. When they come to you in an intimate setting, what they secretly crave is an escape from that world. They crave a space where they don't have to perform, where they can simply be. Your feminine energy is that space. It is the warm, inviting ocean to his structured, rigid land. When you are embodying this energy, you are not worried about how you look or if you're doing it right. You are simply present in your body, enjoying the sensations and the connection. This lack of self-consciousness is one of the greatest gifts you can give him. When he sees that you are fully relaxed and confident in your own skin, it gives him subconscious permission to do the same. He can let go of his own performance anxiety because he is captivated by your effortless presence. He isn't mentally critiquing your body. He is mesmerized by the energy radiating from you. This energy is what allows you to be receptive. Receptivity isn't passive. It's an active and powerful state of allowing. It's the art of receiving his touch, his gaze, and his presence with an open heart. It communicates to him non-verbally, I trust you. I am here with you. I am open to you. This is incredibly alluring to a man as it makes him feel both powerful and safe. He feels he can give all of himself to you because you are confidently and calmly able to receive it. So before you even think about a specific position, think about the energy you are bringing. Are you bringing anxiety or are you bringing presence? Are you bringing self-doubt or are you bringing a quiet, unshakable confidence in your own desirability? Master this energy and you will become magnetic. You become the creator of a sacred space where he feels free, desired, and deeply connected to you. Reading his unspoken signals. Now that we understand the importance of your mindset and energy, we can add the final layer to our foundation, the art of becoming an expert in him. While the principles we discuss are universal, every man has his own unique language of desire. The ultimate secret to driving him wild is learning to read his specific unspoken signals. This isn't about analyzing him or turning intimacy into a test. It's about listening with your entire body and becoming deeply attuned to his experience. Let's start with his breath. His breathing is the barometer of his mind. When he is stressed, thinking about work, or trapped in his head, his breath will be shallow, quiet, and contained in his chest. The moment he starts to truly relax and sink into his body and into the present moment with you, his breathing will change. It will become deeper, slower, and more audible. It will come from his diaphragm. This is your first and most important signal. You can even guide him there by consciously deepening your own breathing. When you exhale with a soft, audible sigh, it subconsciously gives him permission to do the same, helping to melt his stress away. Next, pay attention to his hands. His hands tell the story of his trust and his focus. Are his hands tense, perhaps gripping the headboard or holding a specific part of your body with a sense of purpose? Or are they relaxed, open, and exploratory? When a man's hands begin to wander, to gently trace the curve of your spine, to softly cup your face, or to run through your hair, it is a sign that he is no longer just focused on a goal. He is savoring the journey. He is present with you, exploring and appreciating every part of you. His hands reveal where his mind is. Finally, and most powerfully, there are his eyes. A man's gaze can be the most intimate touch of all. Is he looking at you? Or is he looking past you, his eyes slightly distant? When a man is truly connected and feeling vulnerable with you, he will hold your gaze. It's a profound sign of trust and presence. It says, I am here with you and only you. Do not demand it, but simply invite it. When you are in a position that allows for it, soften your own gaze and look at him. Let him see the desire and acceptance in your eyes. When he meets and holds that gaze, you know you have moved beyond the physical and into a space of true soul-to-soul connection. Position Phase 1, the anchor, unveiling the anchor. More than just missionary now that we have built our foundation on the power of mindset, energy, and presence, it is time to reveal the first of the two positions. You may be expecting something complex, something you've never heard of, a secret technique passed down through generations. But the most profound secrets are often hidden in plain sight, overlooked for their simplicity. The first position that men secretly crave, the one that provides a deep sense of connection and emotional grounding that they often can't even articulate, is one you already know. It is the missionary position. But from this moment forward, I want you to erase the word missionary from your mind. That word is loaded with connotations of routine, obligation, or even boredom. It does a profound disservice to the immense power this position holds. Instead, we are going to call it by a name that truly reflects its purpose, the anchor. Why the anchor? Because in a world that is constantly pulling you and your partner in 1,000 different directions, this position is a powerful act of grounding. It is a return home. It is the two of you shutting out the entire world and creating a stable, secure point of connection. It is the simplest way to be fully present with one another, body and soul. Its power does not come from novelty or acrobatic skill. Its power comes from its raw, unfiltered intimacy. Think about the physical nature of the anchor. It is the one position that allows for the maximum amount of skin to skin contact, from chest to chest, heart to heart. It's the one position where you can effortlessly hold a gaze, where you can kiss deeply and tenderly, where you can whisper into his ear. It is not a performance. It is a conversation. It is an act of mutual surrender and trust. So many people dismiss this position as vanilla, but that is a fundamental misunderstanding of male desire. Men do not just crave excitement, they crave peace. They crave a sanctuary. The anchor is that sanctuary. It is the calm in the center of the storm. When you master the art of this position, you are not just giving him physical pleasure, you are offering him a profound sense of emotional release and a feeling of being completely and utterly grounded with you. It becomes the emotional centerpiece of your intimate life, the place you can both return to again and again to find each other. The psychology, why he feels deeply seen, to truly understand why the anchor is so powerful, we must look at it from his perspective. From a psychological standpoint, this position fulfills a core human need that is especially potent for men, the need to be truly seen. In today life, a man wears a kind of armor. He has a professional mask for work, a social mask for his friends, and a public mask for the world. He is expected to be strong, capable, and in control. This armor can be heavy, and it is very rare that he feels safe enough to take it off completely. The anchor is one of the few places in his life where he can. When he is with you in this position, face to face, there is nowhere to hide. He cannot be distracted by the television or his phone or the worries of tomorrow. He is simply there with you. When you hold his gaze, you are not just looking at his eyes, you are looking past the armor. You are seeing the man underneath, and you are accepting him completely. This act of being seen without judgment is a profound emotional release. It communicates a level of trust acceptance that words often cannot. Furthermore, this position allows him to be a giver and a receiver simultaneously. While he is physically active, he's also receiving your touch, your kisses, and your gaze. He can feel your heartbeat against his and your breath on his skin. This creates a beautiful feedback loop of intimacy. He gives his presence, and in return, he receives your acceptance, which makes him feel safe enough to give even more. This is why the emotional atmosphere you create is so critical. If he looks into your eyes and sees distraction, anxiety, or self-consciousness, the spell is broken. The sanctuary is breached. But if he looks into your eyes and sees desire, love, and unwavering presence, he feels emotionally secure. He feels admired. He feels that for this one moment in time, he is the center of your universe. That feeling is more addictive than any physical sensation. It is not just his body that is engaged, it is his heart and his mind. He doesn't just feel pleasure. He feels a deep soul-level sense of belonging. He feels seen, he feels safe, and he feels home. When to use the anchor to deepen your bond, understanding the what and the why is crucial, but knowing when to use the anchor can elevate it from a physical act to a powerful tool for relationship health. This isn't about scheduling intimacy, but about recognizing the moments when your relationship needs the specific kind of medicine that the anchor provides. It is a conscious choice to foster connection. Think about using the anchor after a particularly long and draining week, when you've both been running on empty, feeling more like business partners managing a life than lovers sharing one, when words feel tired and another conversation about schedules or chores feels like a burden. In this moment, the anchor becomes your silent conversation. It is a way to reconnect your bodies and your hearts without the need for a single word. It's a way of saying, I know this week was hard, I'm here. We are stillness. It's an emotional reset button, washing away the stress of the outside world and reminding you both of the foundation you share. Another perfect time for the anchor is on a slow, lazy morning. On a weekend, perhaps when there is no alarm clock, no rush. The light is soft, the house is quiet, and you are both warm and relaxed in bed. This is when intimacy is not driven by a fiery, urgent passion, but by a deep, tender affection. Using the anchor in these moments is like a form of meditation. It is slow, deliberate, and deeply present. It's a way of starting the day by reinforcing your bond, a quiet celebration of your partnership before the noise of the day begins. It fills your emotional cup for the day ahead. Finally, use the anchor anytime you feel a small emotional distance between you. Perhaps there was a minor disagreement, or you've just been feeling a little out of sync. This position is the bridge back to each other. Its inherent vulnerability and closeness make it difficult to hold on to anger or resentment. It forces you to see the person you love, to feel their heart against yours, and to remember your connection. It's a gentle, powerful way to close an emotional gap, offering forgiveness and understanding through touch. By choosing the anchor in these moments, you are actively choosing connection over distance. Position by 2, the throne, unveiling the throne. You are in control. We have journeyed from the deep, connecting waters of the anchor, and now we arrive at the second position. This is the embodiment of that confident, feminine leadership we have just awakened. It is the yang to the anchor's yin. You likely know this position by other names, Kagirl or woman on top, but just as we did before, we are going to discard those common names because they don't capture the true psychological power of what is happening here. From now on, we will call this position the throne. The name itself is a declaration. A throne is a seat of power, of royalty, of confident and benevolent rule. When you are in this position, you are not just on top, you are presiding over the experience. You are the queen and his body is your kingdom. This is not about dominance in a harsh or controlling way. It is about a graceful, sensual, and absolute command of the moment. You are the one setting the pace, choosing the depth, and guiding the flow of energy. You are in charge. The throne is the ultimate expression of your empowered feminine energy. It is a beautiful and unapologetic celebration of your body, your desire, and your right to lead the dance. It flips the traditional script of intimacy on its head. And in doing so, it creates an electrifying sense of novelty and excitement. This position is a powerful statement. It says, watch me, feel me. I know what I want, and I am going to lead us both to an incredible place. For many men, there is nothing more intoxicating than witnessing their partner in this state of confident self-possession. It is the visual and energetic culmination of everything we have talked about. While the anchor is about feeling your soul, the throne is about him being mesmerized by your physical presence and powerful energy. You are not just a participant, you are the main event. You are the artist and the masterpiece all at once. Stepping into the throne is stepping into your power. It's an anointing. It's a coronation. It is the moment you claim your rightful place as the ruler of your shared pleasure. The psychology why men love to surrender to fully grasp the magnetic power of the throne. We have to look deeper into the male psyche. It might seem counterintuitive, but one of the deepest, most unspoken desires of a man is the desire to surrender. This might sound contradictory to everything we see in society, where men are conditioned to be leaders, decision makers, and the ones in control. But it is precisely because of this constant pressure that the release of surrender is so potent and so intensely craved. Imagine carrying a heavy weight all day, every day. The weight of responsibility, of performance, of making the right choices. Now imagine for a few precious moments being able to put that weight down completely. Imagine being able to trust someone so fully that you can let go of all control, knowing you are in safe, capable, and passionate hands. This is the psychological gift you give him when you confidently take your place on the throne. You are not just taking physical control. You are taking on the mental load of leadership. You are making the decisions. You are guiding the rhythm. This frees him from the need to think, to plan, to perform. It allows him to exit his analytical brain and descend fully into his sensory body. He doesn't have to worry about your pleasure because your pleasure is on full, glorious display. He can simply lie back, receive, and be completely present in the intoxicating experience you are creating for him. This act of surrender is also an act of profound trust. For him to give you the reins, he must trust you completely. He trusts that you will guide the experience with confidence. He trusts that you are in touch with your own desire. When he sees you moving with unapologetic pleasure, it is the ultimate validation of that trust. It makes him feel incredibly successful, not because he is performing well, because he has created a safe enough space for you to unleash your own wild, passionate nature in a beautiful paradox. His complete surrender allows him to feel a different kind of power, the power of being the man who can handle all of you. When to use the throne to ignite passion, just as the anchor is a tool for specific emotional needs, The throne is your go-to position for intentionally shifting the energy in a more fiery, passionate, and adventurous direction. Knowing when to ascend to the throne can transform a predictable evening into an unforgettable one. This is the perfect position to use when you are feeling a surge of playful, confident energy. Perhaps you're celebrating something, or you just had a great day and are feeling particularly alive and vibrant in your own skin. Channel that energy. Instead of waiting for him to initiate, you can be the one to playfully pull him onto the bed and take your position. This spontaneity is incredibly exciting. It breaks the routine and signals to him that tonight is going to be different. It's a thrilling display of your own desire, which is the best kind of invitation he could ever receive. The throne is also a powerful antidote to relationship ruts. If you feel like your intimate life has become a little too predictable, a little too much of the same old, this is how you jolt it back to life. It is an intentional pattern interrupt. By confidently taking the lead, you are creating a new experience, a new memory. You are reminding both of you that beneath the comfortable routine of your long-term partnership, there is still a wild, untamed passion waiting to be unleashed. It's a way of saying, we are not just a comfortable couple, we are still passionate lovers. Finally, use the throne when you want to feel powerful and desirable for yourself. This isn't just about him. This is about you connecting with your own strength and sensuality. When you take this position, you are quite literally putting yourself in the spotlight. It is an act of self-love and radical self-expression. By choosing this position, you are choosing to celebrate your own body and your own pleasure. This authentic self-focus is paradoxically what makes it so incredibly hot for him. He gets a front row seat to witness you in your element, and that is a sight he will never grow tired of. Mastering the anchor, the art of presence, the power of pace, slowing down time you are in the anchor position. You feel his weight, his warmth, his presence. The first and most profound secret to mastering this position, to transforming it from something mundane into something magical, lies in one simple word: pace. I want you to slow down. Then I want you to slow down even more. Our modern world is obsessed with speed and efficiency. This mindset often bleeds into our most intimate moments, turning them into a goal-oriented race to a finish line. But true, deep pleasure is not found in speed. It is found in savoring. When you consciously and deliberately slow the pace of your movements, you are essentially slowing down time itself. You are creating a bubble where the only thing that matters is the sensation of this very second. Begin with movement that is almost imperceptible, so slow that it feels less like movement and more like a gradual melting together. This does something incredible to a man's mind. It builds a powerful, almost unbearable sense of anticipation. Every nerve ending becomes heightened, waiting for the next subtle shift. He is pulled out of his analytical brain and forced into his feeling body. He can't think about work or bills or stress when his entire being is focused on the exquisite tension you are building. This slow pace is a non-verbal signal. It tells him, I am not in a rush. I am here to enjoy every single moment with you. I am not focused on an outcome. I am focused on us. This is a deeply reassuring and incredibly arousing message. It takes all the pressure of performance off his shoulders and allows him to simply be present with you. It changes the dynamic from two people doing something to two people being with each other. Think of it as the difference between drinking a fine wine and chugging it. The pleasure is in the nuance, the texture, the aroma. By slowing the pace, you are allowing both of you to notice the subtleties, the way your bodies fit together, the feeling of his skin against yours, the rhythm of his breathing. You are turning the experience into a deep, moving meditation. Resist the urge to speed up as excitement builds. Instead, stay in that slow, deliberate rhythm for as long as you can. It is in this sustained, slow motion dance that the true magic of the anchor is unlocked. Your hands tell a story while your bodies are connected. Your hands are free to write a silent story of desire, admiration, and love. In the anchor, your hands are not just accessories. They are powerful tools of connection that can deepen the experience immeasurably. Many women are unsure of what to do with their hands, so they might lie passively at their sides or hold on in a way that feels more obligatory than intentional. But your touch, when used with purpose, can communicate everything you're feeling without saying a single word. Let's explore this silent language. Instead of just placing your hands on his back, try slowly and deliberately tracing the muscles there. Feel their strength and their shape under your fingertips. This simple act communicates admiration. It says, I appreciate your strength. I am attracted to your body. He will feel this not as a simple touch, but as an act of worship. Now bring your hands up to his face. Don't grab or pull. Instead, gently cup his cheeks with your palms. This is an incredibly tender and intimate gesture. It draws his focus entirely to you and creates a feeling of profound connection. When you hold his face like this, it is as if you are holding his full attention, his very being. It is a gesture of deep affection that makes him feel cherished. From there, you can slowly run your fingers through his hair. This is a nurturing, almost primal gesture of care. It is soothing and comforting, tapping into a deep-seated need to be cared for. It tells him that he is safe with you and that you are not just his lover, but his partner, his soft place to land. Even a simple touch on his shoulders can be powerful. By resting your hands lightly on his shoulders or his neck, you communicate a sense of trust and surrender. It shows that you are relaxed and open with him. Each of these touches is a different sentence in your story. The key is to make them slow, deliberate, and intentional. Don't rush from one touch to another. Let your hands linger. Let them speak. They are narrating the story of your desire, your trust, and your complete presence in that beautiful moment. The gaze aren't speaking with your eyes. Of all the tools of connection available in the anchor, none is more powerful or more potently intimate than your gaze. Eye contact is the most direct line to a person's soul, and in a moment of such profound physical closeness, holding his gaze can elevate the experience from merely pleasurable to truly transcendent. Many of us are conditioned to look away. We close our eyes out of habit, or perhaps out of shyness or self-consciousness. But when you close your eyes, you are retreating into your own private experience. When you open them and choose to meet his gaze, you are inviting him into that experience with you. You are creating a shared world. The kind of gaze we are talking about here is not an intense, unblinking stare. It is a soft, gentle, and accepting gaze. It's the kind of look that says, I see you, all of you, and I am not going anywhere. This is an act of radical vulnerability for both of you. When you allow him to look into your eyes in a moment of such intimacy, you are letting him see your desire, your love, your own vulnerability. In return, you get to see his. This sustained, soft eye contact has a powerful psychological effect on a man. It short-circuits his overthinking mind. He can't be worrying about his performance or thinking about his to-do list when he is locked into your gaze. It anchors him completely in the present moment, in the here and now with you. It makes him feel like he is the only person in the world. If this feels intimidating at first, that's perfectly normal. You can practice. Start with short, fleeting glances. Look at him for a few seconds. Then perhaps let your gaze drift to his lips or his shoulder, then gently return to his eyes. Let it be a soft dance. The more you do it, the more comfortable it will become. You will find that it creates an incredible loop of energy between you. He feels seen by you, which makes him feel more connected, which makes you feel more desired, which makes it easier to hold his gaze. It is the very definition of a feedback loop of love. Do not underestimate this. Mastering the art of the gaze is mastering the heart of the anchor. Whispers and breath, the audio of intimacy. Now that we have engaged the senses of touch and sight, let's bring in the third and perhaps most primal sense, hearing. The sounds of intimacy are incredibly powerful, and they create an immersive, multi-sensory experience. This isn't about being loud or performing. It's about the subtle, authentic sounds of your own pleasure and presence. Let's begin with the simplest and most effective sound of all, your breath. A soft, audible sigh of pleasure is one of the most powerful forms of feedback you can give a man. He is neurologically wired to want to please you. When he hears an undeniable, involuntary sound of your enjoyment, it is a direct signal to his brain that he is succeeding. This floods him with confidence and, in turn, amplifies his own pleasure and desire to please you even more. Don't ever hold back a sigh or muffle the sounds of your enjoyment. Your breath is a crucial part of the intimate soundtrack. When you exhale audibly as he moves, it's like a wave of encouragement washing over him. Beyond your breath, there is the incredible power of the whisper. A phrase whispered directly into his ear is 1,000 times more potent than the same phrase spoken at a normal volume. The proximity is key. The feeling of your warm breath on his skin as you speak creates a tingling, almost electric sensation that can send shivers down his spine. It feels like a secret being shared only with him for him. And what should you whisper? The simpler, the better. The most powerful whispers are authentic, in the moment expressions of what you are feeling. Phrases like, this feels so good, or I love being this close to you, are incredibly effective. You can also whisper appreciations such as, you feel so amazing inside me. The words themselves are important, but the delivery, the soft, breathy, intimate tone is what makes it so intoxicating. It's not a performance. It's allowing him to hear your inner monologue of pleasure. It draws him deeper into your experience, making him feel like he is the direct cause of your happiness, which is the greatest aphrodisiac in the world for a man. Subtle movements. The art of receiving in the anchor position. It can be easy to feel as though you are in a passive role, but this is a misconception. Being receptive is not the same as being passive. Receptivity is an active, conscious, and powerful choice. You are an equal participant in the dance, and your subtle movements are your way of communicating your engagement and amplifying the pleasure for both of you. These are not large, effort-filled movements. They are micro movements, small physical responses that signal you are present and actively involved. Let's start with your hips. Instead of lying perfectly still, you can engage in a slow, gentle tilting of your hips to meet his rhythm. Think of it less as thrusting and more as welcoming. It's a silent yes, a non-verbal signal that you are not just receiving him, but actively drawing him in. This small adjustment can dramatically increase sensation for both of you, and it transforms you from a passive participant into his dance partner. Next, consider what you are doing with your legs. You can wrap them gently around his waist or his back. This creates a feeling of embrace, of being beautifully contained and connected. As the intensity builds, you can slightly tighten the wrap of your legs. This is a powerful signal of your rising excitement, a physical manifestation of your pleasure that he can directly feel. It tells him that he is affecting you, which, as we know, is a huge turn on for him. Finally, there is the art of the full body melt. This is an internal movement. At any point, you can consciously scan your body and release any tension you might be holding. Unclench your jaw, relax your shoulders, and let your body feel heavy and soft underneath him. Consciously choose to melt into the bed, to surrender completely to his weight and his presence. He will feel this shift. He will feel your body go from tense to trusting. This act of total physical surrender communicates a profound level of emotional safety and trust. It is perhaps the most powerful and yet most subtle movement of all. Telling him without words, I feel completely safe with you. I can let go. The emotional bridge from connection to empowerment, the afterglow of the anchor. Let's take a moment to breathe right here. Let's linger in the beautiful, quiet space we have just explored. The real power of the anchor is not just what happens during the act itself, but in the moments that follow. It is in the afterglow, in that peaceful, warm silence where you are lying together, bodies still connected, hearts beating in a slow, steady rhythm. This is the emotional nourishment that so many relationships are starved of. This afterglow is a sacred space. It's where the verbal communication ends and the soul level communication begins. There is no need for words because everything has already been said through touch, through breath, through a shared gaze. It's a feeling of profound safety and of being utterly known. In this space, anxieties about the future and regrets from the past seem to dissolve, leaving only the peaceful reality of the present moment. This feeling of deep, grounding connection is the true gift of the anchor. It is a powerful reminder that you are not just two individuals navigating life side by side, but a unified team, a single entity. When you master the anchor, you are essentially learning how to create this feeling on demand. You are building a sanctuary that you can both retreat to whenever the outside world becomes too loud or too harsh. This is the foundation of a resilient and deeply bonded partnership. It's the emotional glue that holds you together through life's inevitable challenges. So many couples focus only on the peak moments of passion, but the lasting strength of a relationship is often forged in these quiet valleys of peaceful connection. So let this feeling sink in. Recognize its importance. This feeling of being completely seen, completely safe, and completely home is the essence of deep feminine nurturing energy. It is the core of what it means to be an anchor for your partner and for your relationship. Cherish this feeling because it is the foundation upon which we are about to build something entirely different, yet equally powerful. Before we can learn to fly, we must first know what it feels like to be securely on the ground. This feeling of grounded connection is our beautiful, solid earth, shifting the power dynamic. Now that we are firmly grounded in the beautiful, connecting energy of the anchor, we are going to explore a thrilling new dynamic. The most exciting and passionate relationships are not one note. They are a dance of shifting energies. They contain a beautiful polarity, a playful push and pull between different expressions of desire. If the anchor represents the deep, soulful connection of being, the throne represents the fairy. passionate expression of doing. Think of intimacy as a dance between the yin and the yang. The anchor is the embodiment of yin energy. It is receptive, nurturing, enveloping, and focused on deep connection. It is the beautiful, quiet power of the ocean. But a healthy, vibrant, intimate life needs the yang energy as well. This is the energy of action, of leadership, of confident forward momentum. It is the bright, powerful energy of the sun. As a woman, you have the beautiful capacity to embody both of these energies. A truly unforgettable lover is not just the safe harbor, she is also the adventurous ship. This is not about choosing one over the other. It is about understanding that you have the power to shift the dynamic based on the mood, the moment, and the needs of your relationship. There will be times when what you both need is the gentle, soul-mending connection of the anchor. And there will be times when what you both crave is a jolt of excitement, a reminder of the raw, untamed passion that brought you together in the first place. The next position we are going to explore is a complete shift in the power dynamic. We are moving from a position of mutual surrender to a position of confident, feminine leadership. We are transitioning from the energy of being with to the energy of taking charge. This shift can be one of the most exciting things you can introduce into your relationship. It keeps things fresh, alive, and unpredictable in the best possible way. It shows him that you are not just a passive recipient of his desire, but a powerful, confident creator of your own. You are about to learn how to step out of the harbor and into the role of the captain, awakening your inner confidence as we prepare to step into this new energy, this new dynamic of leadership. It is completely normal if a flicker of hesitation or self-consciousness appears. The idea of taking control can feel intimidating. Many of us have been subtly conditioned to believe that being the leader in intimacy is a man's role, and that for us to take charge might be seen as too aggressive, too dominant, or even unfeminine. I am here to tell you that this is one of the greatest limiting beliefs we need to release. Your confident desire is not aggressive. It is a gift. It is one of the most generous and exciting gifts you can offer your partner. Think about it from his perspective. For him to be able to lie back, to completely let go of the responsibility of leading, and to simply receive the full, unapologetic force of your passion is a profound relief and an incredible turn on. He doesn't want you to be a timid, hesitant leader. He wants to witness you in your full, confident power. He wants to see you enjoying yourself, owning your body, and guiding the experience with a sure hand. Your confidence is the permission he needs to fully surrender. Your pleasure is his pleasure. When he sees you lit up with desire, moving with a sense of purpose and joy, it frees him from his own mind and allows him to become completely immersed in the experience you are creating for him. So, let's reframe this. You are not taking control. You are offering your leadership. You are not being dominant. You are being generous with your desire. This is your moment to step into the spotlight, not out of ego, but out of a deep, authentic expression of your own passion. This is about awakening the part of you that is wild, free, and completely unashamed of what she wants. Before we even get to the physical mechanics of the next position, the most important work is done right here in your mind. Give yourself permission, awaken your inner confidence. Understand that your desire is beautiful, your power is intoxicating, and you are about to give him an experience he will never, ever forget. Mastering the throne, the art of confident command, owning your movement, rhythm, and control. You have ascended to the throne. You can feel the shift in energy, the weight of his gaze, the thrilling sense of being in control. Now comes the question that can cause a flicker of doubt. What do I do now? The secret to owning this position is to release the idea that there is a secret formula you must follow. Your body already knows the answer. The art is in learning to listen to it. Your movement is your signature. It is your unique expression of pleasure. The first step is to forget about speed and instead focus on rhythm. Begin slowly, very slowly. Start with a gentle circular motion of your hips. Imagine you are painting a small, slow circle on his body with yours. This is not about creating friction. It is about building a deep, grinding pressure that stimulates nerve endings for both of you in a way that is incredibly intense. Feel the connection. Feel how a slight shift in your angle changes the sensation. This slow exploratory phase is you gathering information, learning the landscape of his body and your own pleasure. From that slow circle, you can begin to experiment. You can shift to a gentle back and forth rocking motion. You can begin a slow, deliberate up and down movement. The key is to think of yourself not as a piston, but as a dancer. Your movement should be fluid, sensual, and dictated by what feels good to you. When you focus on your own pleasure, you will naturally move in a way that is intoxicating for him to watch and feel. Variety is your greatest tool. You are the one conducting the orchestra, and you can change the tempo at will. You can linger in a slow, deep grind, building a smoldering tension, and then when you feel the moment is right, you can increase the pace to something more passionate and fiery. Then, just as he gets used to that rhythm, you can slow it all the way back down again. This control over the pace is what drives him absolutely wild. It keeps him on the edge, completely surrendered to your lead, never knowing what's coming next. Don't think, just feel. Your pleasure is your guide and your rhythm is your power. The view from above, using your visual power in the throne, you are more than just felt, you are seen. For many women, this is the most vulnerable part of the position. The thought of being so completely on display can trigger a wave of self-consciousness. Does my stomach look okay? What about my thighs? That inner critic can be the loudest voice in the room if you let it. But now we are going to silence it by understanding what is truly happening from his perspective. He is not looking at you with a critical eye. He is not breaking you down into a checklist of body parts. He is looking at you with a sense of awe. He is mesmerized by the entire picture, the curve of your back, the way your hair falls over your shoulder, the shape of your hips as you move, the look of intense pleasure on your face. He is witnessing you in your element in a moment of pure uninhibited sensuality. To him, this view is the most beautiful sight in the world. It is a work of art in motion. Your visual power is one of your greatest assets in this position, and you can amplify it. This is your invitation to own your body, to celebrate it. Slowly run a hand over your own stomach or down your thigh. This is not an act of vanity. It is an act of confident self-love. It shows him that you are comfortable and proud of your body, which gives him even more permission to worship and arch your back slightly. This not only increases sensation, but it is also a powerful visual display of your pleasure and surrender to the moment. Think of yourself as a goddess, a queen on her throne. You are not being judged. You are being admired. You are not an object. You are the subject. The experience is centered around you. When you can truly embrace this mindset, something magical happens. Your movements become more fluid, your confidence soars, and you begin to radiate an energy that is absolutely captivating. He is not just watching you have sex, he is watching you embody pleasure itself, and that is a privilege he will never take for granted. So let him look. Your beauty in this moment is your power, command and connection, eye contact from a new angle. We have spoken about the profound power of eye contact in the anchor, where it serves as a bridge to deep, vulnerable connection. Here on the throne, eye contact is just as crucial, but its meaning and its energy are entirely different. It is not a question, it is a statement. It is the gaze of a confident commander, a playful queen who knows exactly what she is doing. This is not the soft, melting gaze of mutual surrender. This is a gaze that holds power. When you look down at him from this position, you can communicate a universe of meaning without saying a word. Let's explore this new language. Try a slow, steady, knowing gaze. It's a look that says, I've got this. Relax. I'm going to take care of everything. This look is incredibly reassuring and simultaneously thrilling for him. It tells him that he is in the hands of a confident lover, and all he has to do is enjoy the ride. You can also be more playful with your gaze. As you move, let your eyes slowly travel down your own body and then down his, watching the point where you are connected. Then slowly bring your gaze back up to meet his, perhaps with a slight knowing smirk. This is an incredibly powerful sequence. It communicates that you are in control, you are aware of every sensation, and you are thoroughly enjoying the view. It makes him feel like the center of your focused, passionate world. This gaze is also your way of staying connected. In a position of such physical dominance, it's possible to feel emotionally distant, but your eyes are the tether. They ensure that this is not just a physical act, but a shared experience. You are not just using his body for your pleasure. You are inviting him to be a part of your pleasure, to witness it, and to be consumed by it. Don't be afraid to let him see the fire in your eyes. Let him see your concentration, your desire, your building ecstasy. Your face, your eyes, they tell the story of the pleasure you are creating. And he will be hanging on every single chapter, using your hands to guide his pleasure, just as in the anchor. Your hands are not meant to be idle in the throne. They are not just for balance. They are instruments of command, tools you can use to deepen his surrender and heighten the intensity of the entire experience. Your hands are the final piece of the puzzle, allowing you to conduct every aspect of his sensory world. Let's begin with his chest. Place your palms flat on his chest, your arms straight. This creates a powerful frame. As you move your hips, you can use your hands to press down gently, creating a deeper, more intense pressure and sensation for you. You can also use this position to control the distance, leaning in close for a kiss and then pushing back up, or while maintaining that steady, commanding gaze. He will feel the strength in your arms, a physical manifestation of the control you have over the moment. Now, for an even more powerful gesture, you can use your hands to guide his. You can gently take his wrists and place his hands on your hips or on your thighs. This is a non-verbal command, touch me here. It shows him exactly what you want, which is a huge turn on. Alternatively, for a more intense feeling of surrender, you can playfully pin his hands to the bed above his head. This is a classic gesture of dominance for a reason. It renders him completely receptive, a willing captive to your passion. It amplifies his sense of powerlessness in the most exciting way, allowing him to be totally consumed by what you are doing. Remember, you can also use your hands on yourself. As we've discussed, slowly caressing your own body is a visual feast for him, but it is also for you. It keeps you connected to your own pleasure, reminding you that this experience is centered around your own sensuality. Each touch, whether on his body or your own, is a deliberate choice. You are the choreographer of this dance, and your hands are guiding every step, ensuring the entire experience is a masterpiece of your own creation. The climax leading him and yourself, this is the culmination of your command, every movement, every gaze. Every touch has been building towards this final powerful release. As the leader of this experience, you have the unique privilege of orchestrating the climax. This is not about pressure, it is about paying attention and guiding the energy to its natural, explosive peak. As you feel the intensity building in both of you, this is your time to become even more attuned. You can feel the change in his body, his breathing becomes more rapid, his muscles begin to tense. You are in complete control of the timing. This is where you can become a true artist of pleasure. If you feel you are both approaching the edge too quickly, you can deliberately slow everything down. You can pull back, returning to that slow circular grind, holding you both in that exquisite state of near release. This technique, often called edging, can build a level of tension that makes the final climax earth-shatteringly powerful. Conversely, when you sense the time is right, when the tension is almost unbearable, you can choose to drive it home. You can increase your pace, moving with more power and intention. Your focus should be on what feels best for you to tip yourself over the edge. Do not get lost in thinking about his climax. The secret is that your authentic, uninhibited pleasure is the very thing that will trigger his. When he feels you begin to lose control, when he feels the contractions of your orgasm, it is the ultimate signal for his own body to let go. Your climax is the grand finale of the performance you have been conducting. You have led the way, built the tension, and now you are leading you both over the peak. It is the ultimate expression of your confident, generous leadership. You are not just taking him to a place of pleasure, you are bringing him along with you into yours. It is a shared victory, a shared explosion orchestrated entirely by you. And in the quiet moments that follow, as you lie on his chest, feeling the echoes of what you just created together, he will be left with no doubt. He has just been with a queen. Beyond the positions, the true secret to being unforgettable, integrating the anchor and the throne, we have journeyed through two very different, yet equally powerful landscapes of intimacy. We explored the deep, connecting soul to soul vulnerability of the anchor. Then we ascended to the fiery, confident, and empowering heights of the throne. The temptation might be to see these as two separate tricks to be pulled out of a toolkit. But the true mastery, art that will make you a truly unforgettable lover, is in understanding that these are not just positions. They are energies. They are two ends of a beautiful spectrum. And the real magic lies in your ability to dance between them. A passionate, long-term relationship is not static. It braids. It has moods and seasons. There will be days that call for the gentle, nurturing medicine of the anchor. Days when connection is the goal, when you need to feel safe, seen, and grounded with each other. And there will be days that call for the wild, passionate, and liberating energy of the throne. Days when you need to break the routine, to feel the thrill of the chase, and to celebrate the raw, untamed parts of yourselves. The most captivating woman is one who can sense what the moment needs. She has the wisdom to know when to be the calm harbor and the courage to know when to be the adventurous ship setting sail. This is about becoming fluent in the language of energy. You can even begin to weave these energies together in a single encounter. You can start in the anchor, building a deep foundation of connection, and then when you feel the energy shift, you can playfully transition into the throne, taking the lead and fanning the flames of passion. This dance between energies is what keeps intimacy alive and exciting for years. It is the opposite of routine. It is a creative, responsive, and intuitive act. You are no longer just following a script. You are improvising a beautiful piece of music together. So do not see the anchor and the throne as a choice of one or the other. See them as your palette. You have the deep, soulful blues and the fiery, passionate reds. The art is in learning how to blend them, how to paint a masterpiece of connection and passion that is uniquely your own. Your confidence is the ultimate aphrodisiac. We have spent this time together exploring techniques, psychologies, and movements. We have given names to positions and broken down the art of connection into manageable steps. But if you are to take only one single lesson away from our entire journey, let it be this: the positions are not the secret. The techniques are not the magic. The single most powerful, most intoxicating, and most unforgettable aphrodisiac you will ever possess is your own authentic confidence. A man is not ultimately attracted to a specific body part, a particular move, or a perfectly executed technique. He is attracted to the energy of a woman who is at home in her own skin. He is drawn to a woman who is not performing, but is genuinely, unapologetically enjoying herself. Your pleasure is the greatest turn on in the world for him. Your confidence is the permission he needs to fully let go. Think about it. When you are worried about how you look, you are trapped in your head. When you are trying to remember a move, you are disconnected from the moment. But when you are fully embodied, present, and confident in your own desirability, you radiate a magnetic energy that is impossible to resist. He doesn't fall in love with the move. He falls in love with the look in your eye while you are doing it. He isn't mesmerized by a technique. He is mesmerized by the quiet confidence with which you guide his hands. This is the true secret that lies beyond all positions. You can master the anchor and the throne, but if you do so with an energy of self-doubt, their power will be diminished. But when you bring your full, confident, unapologetic self to even the simplest touch, it will feel more profound than the most acrobatic position. So let this be your focus. The work is not in memorizing steps. The work is in learning to love and trust yourself. It is in giving yourself permission to feel pleasure, to take up space, and to own your sensual power. When you can do that, you become more than just a lover. You become an experience. And that is something he will never, ever forget. A lifelong journey of intimate discovery as we come to the end of our time together. It is important to see this not as a conclusion, but as a beginning. The insights and techniques we have explored are not a finish line to be crossed. They are a doorway to a new way of approaching intimacy as a beautiful, lifelong journey of discovery. You have not just learned two positions, you have been given a new map and a new compass. The most passionate and resilient couples are not the ones who think they have it all figured out. They are the ones who remain endlessly curious about each other. They understand that people are not static. We change, we evolve, and so do our desires, our needs, and our dreams. The secret to lasting passion is to never stop exploring, never stop learning, and never stop communicating. Let the anchor and the throne be the start of a new conversation with your partner, a conversation that is spoken not just with words, but with bodies, with energy, and with presence. Continue to be a student of him. Pay attention to his unspoken signals. Notice what makes him light up, what makes him relax, what makes him feel truly seen, and continue to be a student of yourself. Pay attention to your own pleasure, your own confidence, and your own evolving desires. The goal is not to achieve a perfect, intimate life. There is no such thing. The goal is to create a safe, adventurous, and loving space where you can both show up authentically and vulnerably and continue to discover each other again and again. You now have two powerful tools to help you navigate that journey. Use them to build deeper connection. Use them to ignite new flames of passion. But most importantly, use them as a reminder that intimacy is not a destination. It is a beautiful, evolving dance, and the journey itself is the greatest pleasure of all. Stay curious, stay present, and enjoy the beautiful discovery that lies ahead. We've reached the end of our journey for today, but in many ways, you are just at the beginning of yours. We've explored the anchor, a sanctuary for the soul, and the throne, a celebration of confident power. We've delved into the psychology of male desire and the art of presence. These are powerful tools, beautiful concepts to guide you. But as you move forward from this moment, I want to leave you with one final essential truth. You do not need to become someone else to be an incredible lover. You do not need to fix anything or perfect anything or master 1,000 secret techniques. Everything you truly need to create a deeply passionate and connected, intimate life You already possess. It exists within you right now. It is your unique energy, your capacity for love, your authentic smile, and the beautiful, unapologetic spirit that is yours alone. The ideas we discussed today are not meant to be a rigid set of rules you must follow. They are simply mirrors designed to reflect back to you the incredible power you already have. They are permission slips to unleash the confident, sensual, and loving woman who has been there all along. The goal was never to change you, but to help you remember the magnificent force you already are. True, unforgettable intimacy is not about performance. It's about presence. It's about having the courage to show up authentically and vulnerably and allowing yourself to be seen. It's about finding the confidence to share your own pleasure and the grace to receive his. So take these ideas with you, but hold them lightly. Let them inspire you, but do not let them become another source of pressure. Your greatest tool will always be your own heart, your own intuition, and your own beautiful, authentic self. You are already enough. You are already powerful. You already have everything you need. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this journey resonated with you, I invite you to continue your path of discovery by subscribing. There is always more to learn and more beautiful parts of yourself to uncover.